by the hour. NMP will deliver. You don't see Teachers can't sleep in peace. Nurses sent home with ease. No consideration for the poor man. Every day is more lie. We fed up on mama guy. They ain't had no vision. It's like a set of dumb. Oh Lord, put a hand. Save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees. Rescue us from NPC, please. And we balling. People balling. Poor people suffering. They can take it again. Oh Lord, save us from Nazim until man. Pressure. Save us from Nazim until man. Mr. Adrian Thomas, the new year just passed. We never in we history. Carnival gone so long, still we can get we money. We them culture vultures, like Glenn and Persuader. I hear mortgage pay off, so the rich she can't talk. Oh Lord, put a hand, save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees, rescue us from NPC, please. And we balling. People balling. Poor people suffering, they can take it again. Oh Lord, save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees, rescue us from NPC, please. Pressure. Save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees, rescue us from NPC, please. Oh Lord, put a hand, save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees, rescue us from NPC, please. Oh Lord, put a hand, save us from Nazim until man. We down on we knees, rescue us from NPC, please.
Spider,
Skinny.
on the other day, everybody singing one song.
What they singing?
Election coming, they know who they're voting for. But you have a kind of chorus they were singing.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. Oh Lord. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
Me partner Tilly meet me and tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenadians go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said Tilly 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. Bring down.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
Instead of NDC walking to build the country, look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more, and they make Tillman get so vexed. Till he fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. Bring down.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting? If NDC win again, we cry it. If NDC win again, we ball it. If NDC win again, we cry it. Oh Lord. If NDC win again, we ball it. I know.
NDC say a wind of change was coming in the country. Some people was so sad, some was real happy. If you thought Ivan and Yamali was the worst thing you see, they say NDC is the worst change to hit the country and they singing no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. Bring down.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
Tilly afraid to call it the casino NMP go win. 5 years now they in power and they don't do nothing. Joe don't get ball out already, Uncle Bossing go win. Man we fed up, let the chorus come in. No cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
What squad? No cookie eye. Bring down.
Who you voting? Tell me who you voting?
Move! Let it move! Let the progress continue! I said move! Don't stop the progress! Move! Let progress continue! If you're holding back progress, let it go! Stopping the progress, let it go! Blocking the progress, let it go! Holding back progress, let it go! If you're holding back progress, and you're stopping the progress, and you're blocking the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding back progress, and you're blocking the progress, and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. So no matter what they say, NNP is here to stay. NNP on a mission, shining bright like a beacon. Man, the whole wide world could see what they do for the country. So many development, our our money is well spent. So despite all the old talk, man, we solid as a rock. Let us keep on moving on for the sake of the nation. If you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. Progress, 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 progress. If you're holding the progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. Move, move, let the progress continue. I say move. NFP, you are the best, you are better than the rest. So my brother and sister, please don't look any further. When you see it's time to vote, everybody should take note. No if, no but, no maybe. Give your X to NNP. It don't matter where you are, we should all come together. Let us look to the future for the sake of Grenada. So if you're holding back progress, and if you're blocking the progress, and if you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding back progress, and you're blocking the progress, and you're stopping the progress, yo! Progress, 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 progress. So if you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, yo, let go the progress. Let it go. Let go the progress. Let the progress flow. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So my people join with me and stand up for NLP. Just remember to be strong. Join with me and sing the song. So despite all the old talk, man, we solid as a rock. Let us keep on pressing on for the sake of the nation. So if you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. Progress, 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 progress. If you're holding back progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. If you're holding the progress and you're blocking the progress and you're stopping the progress, let go the progress. Progress, 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 progress. If you're holding the progress and you're stopping the progress and you're blocking the progress, let go the progress. Progress, 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 progress. Let go the progress. Progress, progress. Let progress flow. You don't know, NLP, the way to go. Progress got to flow. Let it go. 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 Let it go.
St. George's Northwest is in the house. Where my St. George's Northwest posse there? Ah! When we call NLP answer. When we call NLP answer. Oh, when we call NLP answer. So vote for. 8 years now we walking, doing nation building.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
No election coming, they saying we didn't do a thing.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
But look around Grenada, you go see how much we prosper.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
So now we call and then the answer. So vote for the NNP. For peace and stability. Vote for the NNP. For love and tranquility. Vote for the NNP. Stability. You have your 2 eyes to see what's done in this country.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
Look how much roads done, new hospital and stadium.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
Cruise ship and port expansion is just a few to mention.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
So now we call NNP answer. So vote for the NNP. For peace and stability. Vote for the NNP. For love and tranquility. Vote for the NNP. Stability. You get your full salary, you could invest all your money.
What you take me for? What you take me for?
So when we call NNP answer, so vote for the NNP. For peace and stability, vote for the NNP. For love and tranquility, vote for the NNP. Boy, stability, boy.
What you take me for? 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 What you take me for?
So when we call NNP answer, so vote for the NNP. For peace and stability, vote for the NNP. For love and tranquility, vote for the NNP. Boy, stability, boy.
So leave it so. NNP's number one. Ah! Hey you! You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Whoa, NNP. Whoa, NNP. Vote for the house. Vote for the house this election. Vote for the house. Vote for the house, no confusion. Jam that taxi. Shoot that taxi. Stick that taxi. Walk that taxi. A house that will stand up strong. A house that ain't falling down. A house in good foundation. To shelter.
All right, good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Market Neek. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. I will be having a guest joining me tonight. My good brethren, Nimrod Olivier, will be on with me a little later tonight. Yeah, nice.
That taxi. Jam that taxi. Stick that taxi. Ram that taxi. Ha! Hey, you! Whoa, yo, NNP. Whoa, yo, can't you see?
I hope all of you have been having a wonderful night tonight. And let me just get one or two things out of the way early o'clock here. Let me, you move from here. Nice, nice. You know how to talk to my computer, you know? Yeah, you can talk to your computers and things these days. Sometimes they do what you say, but you can talk to your computers and things these days. Yes, indeed. Just a reminder, yeah, it will be taking place on Thursday. It's the new National Party. Yeah, the lime. Let me pull the thing up, man. Yeah, watch the thing nice and yeah, the new National Party Afterwork Lime that will be taking place at the new National Party headquarters this Thursday. That is the 31st of July, and it's the Carnival edition of the Afterwork Lime. So yeah, a lot of our friends from overseas, they'll be there visiting as well, and it starts from 4 p.m. Entry, of course, is free. Yeah, but the food and drinks are on sale. All right, yeah, walk with your good vibes and you go meet some more good vibes there, so it will be extra good vibes. Nice, beautiful. And that is taking place at the new National Party headquarters in Tempe, St. George, taking place this Thursday. It is the Carnival edition of the Afterwork Lime of the new National Party. So they're looking forward to seeing as many of you that are able to make it there. All right, also, folks, remember the back to school special that's taking place there. Come nothing, what are you doing? Yeah, right, walk with me. Nice, yeah. the after school special, let's see, let me just say after school special, Lord. Head I was saying there. Anyway, the back to school special at K&R Bookstore. Yeah, just remember, I keep pushing it because I know some of you benefiting from it. Yeah, because you might go and you might buy the backpack and you buy everything for in the backpack and you get a second backpack. They say, hey, you understand? You get a second one to go with. All right, so remember that's located at the Bailey's building on H.A. Blaze Street. And you can also find them on 231-3500, 231-3500. They're on H.A. Blaze Street. So that is K&R Bookstore. Just go and tell them Sheldon send you. All right, nice, yeah. I mean, it's the same deal you're getting, no, but just to go know that Sheldon send you. Yes, indeed, folks. Let me see what else we have here. That's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. This isn't gone. Yeah, we have to always remember my little friend, Kelani. Yeah, always remember my little friend Kalani. I know. Meryl, I hear you. All right. Yeah, remember my little friend Kalani. The cooperative bank at account number 1070635547. So wherever you are in Grenada or Carriacou, you can send a little something over to that young one. All right, nice. And then, sorry, I have to be skipping through like this tonight. Let me see. Yeah, I have my good friend here.
Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500. And our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
For more information, contact WeNoiseTV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoiseTV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoiseTV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoiseTV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Yes, indeed, folks. So, yeah, WeNoiseTV. I can't play the next one. The next one finishing already. Yeah, that is, I think, Thursday is the last day for the fitness revolution. But I see somebody send me something. Let me see how quickly I could, next thing I pull up my WhatsApp on the screen. We pop, that could be drama. Let me, you see, all sending thing late to the eye. And then the eye had to go through all of this titivation. You understand? Nice, yeah. I had to go through a lot of titivation to try and get them thing up there now. Nice, right, beautiful. My good friend out there in Brooklyn. Yeah, boy, you're late today. Oh, you're late, sir. And I'm going to call you today, you know. Yeah, man, I had to give you a call, man. Yeah, you know it go. Folks, we have, and we say a special good night to our listeners via One Soca Buddy and our good friends via One Soca Radio. And of course, you know, We Noise is always there with us, our loyal We Noise Radio. Folks, the Back to School Supply Drive. Yeah, that is taking place. I'm looking for the name. There's a special name that you all have for this thing. Oh, come here and send the name for me. Yeah. So the drop-off is at Compass Shipping, 730 Chester Street, Brooklyn. No, you snooze still. I'll come to you just now. Right. Yeah, drop-off at Compass Shipping, 730 Chester Street, Brooklyn, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Available call to schedule pickup, or you can Zelle funds. That goes to Aisha at 917. Let me bring up the thing big for you, man. Yeah, right. You could check Aisha at 917-520-3164, Saul at 315-402-6370, Kathy at 347-262-6818, or you can Zelle nnpnewyork@gmail.com. There's a special name that you all call this drive. I'm trying to remember the name. Yeah, but they have the Back to School drive you want to support, so you could check Aisha, Saul, or Kathy, or you could Zelle at nnpnewyork@gmail.com. All right, so, and especially if you want to drop off is at Compass Shipping, 730 Chester Street, Brooklyn, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All right, so remember that particular one. And I think I have one more somewhere here. One more is the Gilbert family thing. I think there's a family here, the Gilbert family. Where the thing go? Hey, man, the thing was right there. Come. Don't do me that. Don't do me that. Nice, right. So I think the Gilbert family, they're having their reunion, and they have a breakfast sale going on. When is that? The 9th of August. And what I'm looking for is the venues in front Purcell Store on Granby Street, and in front the Fish Market on Melville Street. Well, you have two locations. Breakfast sale taking place the 9th of August. Look out for them. They are saltfish house, smoked herring, sausage, fish cake, stew, turkey bake, and fried drumettes, roast bake, fried breadfruit, fried fish, fried cuckoo, boiled eggs, green salad, fried plantain. And the price is only $20. They start from 6 a.m. until cocoa tea and fruit juices. And that's the Gilbert family. They have that reunion taking place. So they have their breakfast sale going on. And there was one more before I go into this and before I get into trouble there. What the thing? Yeah, it was bright and early this morning. I get that one. There's one more that I have to give before I end up in some sort of trouble. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid getting into trouble these days. Yeah, let me see if I can find it like this. Yeah, so St. George Northeast Women's Arm of the New National Party. Yeah, the St. George Northeast Women's Arm of the New National Party, they've got their breakfast sale. That's taking place the 2nd of August in Snug Corner near to Nick's shop. All right, so come on out. So the St. George Northeast Women, they're having their breakfast sale. That's coming up on the 2nd of August. That's this Saturday. And it's going to be in Snug Corner near to Nick's shop. Come on out and give them your support. All right, folks, so as I said, we're going to have a guest on with us tonight. I need to get there. Yeah, you see the Zoom thing come up just now and saying it's about time for the Zoom. Zoom very out of order, you know. It does want to come and order you to come on. And Zoom is very unzoomy. Yeah, it's very out of order. Does want to come and order people when to come on and all kind of thing. That Zoom, eh? Yeah. That Zoom thing. Nice, yeah. And I wonder if, let me see if that gentleman can hear. Can you hear me, sir? Hello? Let me see if that gentleman.
Yes, sir.
You're hearing me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
I'm getting some feedback and I'm not sure where it's coming from, though.
It's probably...
Okay, it's probably from on your end. Okay, nice, right. I started to get worried and I thought it was on my end there. I started to get frightened, all kind of thing, you know.
No, sir, it's by me.
All right. Well, we cooking with gas there, man. We cooking with gas. Just drop the camera a slight bit there. Drop the camera slight, nice, right? Yeah, right, man. You're cooking with gas right there, so. Right there, so you're cooking with gas, man. Yeah. The Trinidadian would say you're cooking with Ramco gas. Folks, we have on with us tonight my good brethren, Mr. Nimrod Oliver. Mr. Nimrod Oliver, I bring you on screen, you know. Tell the people good night. They don't want to see the top of your head.
Good night to all our Talking Point families, far and near, because Sheldon, I know you're international. I know you are You have a lot of followers in the diaspora. So I just want to say good night. And before I forget, let me take the opportunity to wish each and every one a very safe Carnival season. And for those that are traveling and coming in to join us in Grenada, safe journeys and welcome. Make sure you come with some US, some euros, some Canadian dollars, some pounds, so that you could contribute a little to our staggering economy. So
and don't forget, we have the activity on Thursday, so they could come and drop some of the pounds. You don't have to carry the weight around. Drop the pounds by the New National Party.
Yes, and for those coming in this week, Thursday, we have our pre-carnival lime at the NNP office in Jumbie in Tempe. Come on out, it's gonna be massive. Lots to eat and drink, and at the same time you get to support your beloved New National Party.
And you get to meet the political leader and other members.
Get to meet and mingle with the political leader and the other MPs and the other caretakers, and you get the political leader say she has a winning streak when it comes to dominoes and all fools. So, you can come and...
She ain't play me yet. I relaxing still, and me ain't get bad yet. Yes, indeed, my brother. So that is happening. They having any artists might pass through and so, because I know one or two of the guys I know, like they might want to pass through Carnival time.
Yes,
give a little something.
One of the guys indicate that they will make a little pass through, and of course we have a top DJ, international DJ. So the thing copacetic, the thing set.
Yeah, man. Right? And I know once you involve, the quality update.
Well, of course, you know how we do it. Don't worry. Maybe I might bring an afterwork lime white edition. Maybe something we can.
Just remember, I talked to you on a particular one. You have to
remember.
We go talk. We're talking that one on here.
We go talk that one off here. Yeah. I'm going to put the feelers out in terms of getting some data, and we will take it from there.
Mm-hmm. Bro, I see a photo behind you there. I think people could barely see it, but I seen a photo behind you. Yeah, they seen it there proper now. Nice. So where's the thing, man? We are seeing it. Raise it up a bit. Nice, right. We see you there. That is the mayor. That and the new.
No, the one with the mayor is on the other side, but that's Police Commissioner Ray Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get your commendation there. And again,
that was actually one of my promotions. That's when I was getting promoted from police officer to sergeant.
Wonderful.
And I have a couple with Mayor Giuliani. I have a couple with Kelly. Actually overseen my promotion about 3 or 4 times, and then I have with Mayor Giuliani and with Bernard Carriacou also, who was a police commissioner.
Mm-hmm. And we saw yesterday, I know when you touch one, you touch all when it comes to the New York Police Force. And we saw the unfortunate situation yesterday, an individual walking with a firearm into a building and just basically starting to open, well, even before he entered the building, starting to fire on folks, get into the building, fire on folks, and so again. And this is strange in the, when I say strange, it's strange in the context of some of the strongest laws in relation to firearms are in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, and I so I'm in a couple of police group chats and so obviously cops, active cops, and they would have access to information more readily than to us that are retired. And so when I saw it at first I was like, this got to be like some old picture, and then I realized, seeing the radio messages and stuff like that, I'm like, man, it was just so sad, and basically walking in, yes, there was a police officer that he definitely was not expecting that, and the other persons that were unarmed, and he was able to wound about 11 and 5 people overall end up dying. So it's just so sad. It brings back so much sad memories. And the perpetrator himself was very young, and you often ask yourself, I mean, at age 27, you give up on life already, that you don't think life is worth living, that, but it's very, very sad, that young officer.
His wife is actually pregnant. He has children, and his wife is pregnant at this time. So sad situation.
Just sad. You left home. And I tell you what, though, they address because I worked in Manhattan for a lot of years. I spent probably 17 years or so of my career in Manhattan, and it's probably one of the safest address, in terms of the location, where it's located and all of that. And it's just so sad. You just never to know. You leave home, you kiss your wife goodbye, and you say, "I'll see you later. I'll pick the milk up on the way home," and yeah.
Well, we speaking about what has taken place in Manhattan. I myself have spent some time in Manhattan many years ago. I know that it is, man, the kind of security, even to go into a building sometime, the kind of security you have to go through is like you're going through an airport, just to enter certain buildings in those areas and to know that something like that could happen. And I asked that in the context of something we saw happening in Grenada just recently. Folks going out to have a good time in the Wall Street area, hanging out, liming, so having a good time in Wall Street, and shots start to fire.
Yeah.
What is going on that is causing this sort of thing, and what needs to be done to address it?
Well, Sheldon, I think it's something that you and I have spoken about in the past. I think there's a general feeling that the police force is not where it once used to be, and I think perpetrators are thinking there's a lapse. They think they know that the police officers are demoralized, and so they seize an opportunities. I mean, first of all, you're talking this is Wall Street, and why is it that we don't have better security apparatus there in the Wall Street area, right? It's a busy hub. So from a law enforcement standpoint, I mean, yes, persons were dead in yesterday's incidents, for instance, in New York City, but within minutes, the perpetrator was identified, and there was a picture circulating of him just in case he decided he had an escape route or so. I mean, he was a coward, and that he took his own life in there. But the point is, within minutes, a picture was out. He was identified. Yes, in Grenada, it's kind of small, and everyone knows everyone, and so they were able to get some intel, and did eventually make an arrest. I guess part of it was due to the injury, but it could have been a lot more tragic given the amount of people that was in the area. Sheldon, I myself probably would have been there, because I did go to the White Groovy. I went and shake a leg, and around 2:00 I started feeling tired, and I as I was leaving, because the entrance to the venue was right there, I thought of going to Wall Street to get something to eat. But I know normally it's I don't eat meat, the Rasta thing. So I know they're trying to get a piece of fish at 2:00 in the morning. I probably would have to wait too long, or they probably wouldn't have, and that's why I drove by. But think about it. I mean, if like 2:15 I was driving out, and I had pulled in there, definitely half an hour, 45 minutes later, I might have still been there. But I believe that we have to start taking security and putting security apparatus in place more, take it more seriously, and start putting proper apparatus in place. And some of that will serve as a deterrent. Some of it, the point of making sure that people know that look, you want, it's just too brazen in a place like that we know as Grenada, that guys will feel that comfortable to come in a crowd like that and pull their guns out and start shooting. It's something is not right.
But I think we also have to understand here that it is not the first time within the last 2 or so years that we've had shootings taking place in that area. And you actually have some of the same people who were involved in the first one involved in this one as well. Something definitely is wrong and not being addressed. If you can have some of the same people involved in shooting before outside and involved in shooting again. Remember, this is the administration that passed the gun law and say that the gun law is so stringent, and if they catch you, because under that law as it is right now, if I am driving down from Corinth in St. David and I meet you and I give you a lift, and you have one bullet in your bag, I am supposed to be going to jail too, you know. Well, according to them, they find it in the vehicle, and everybody in the vehicle has to take ownership of it, unless you come out and say it's mine. Other than that, all of us going down.
Well, that's what we were told, and we were told that here the law was so stringent, and yes, that may have provided a sense of false security to us, because if the same individuals are being time and time and in a short period of time being involved in gun incidents and firearm incidents, it tells us that maybe the law is not working, maybe it's not implemented yet, because we were practically told that no bail would be granted for firearms. And
we were told they would stay there. We were told they would stay there until a case called, but since then we've seen, in fact, there's one instance of an individual who this is probably about. In fact, there are numerous cases of individuals who it is not their first instance that they have been caught with a firearm. Right. And so we're not blaming the police here. The police catching them. Yeah. So we're not blaming the RGPF. The RGPF is doing what they have to do, and they're getting them. But there is some loophole that is there that is being used, that individuals who are caught multiple times with firearms are getting away and coming outside.
Well, again, more has to be done. The RGPF has to work in conjunction with the prosecutors to ensure that there's either an ironclad case in terms of ensuring that these perpetrators remain off our streets. Because I don't have the full details, but from what you're hearing on the street is that the individual that ended up dying from an incident probably and most likely had nothing really to do with it directly, and was just an innocent bystander. Mm-hmm. We still have to be thankful, given the amount of persons that were there at that time, that one death is too much, and we mourn and sympathize with the family, but it could have been more, right? Mm-hmm. Again, why are we so comfortable that we can walk with firearms in Grenada and proceed to pull such firearms and engage in shooting among a crowd? I mean, this wasn't like these guys were there by themselves. It was crowded.
And again, I am saying, because I have the Prime Minister on tape. I can't play it because it's on the machine that you all know. But we've got the Prime Minister on tape basically saying that they would install CCTVs and so on in areas like Wall Street and other areas in town. You do have the cameras that are on the traffic lights and those sort of things. But again, that was something that was organized since the NNP time and so. But this government, I don't think that they actually have them operational. At least I don't know that they have them operational. Maybe they do. But they did promise that they would have CCTV in different areas. And I would think that, considering the activities that have happened there before and the activity that just happened there, that there would be some sort of urgency in ensuring that you had proper CCTV set up in that location, all directions, to pick up anything that is happening, and also covering the surrounding areas. We know that there are multiple entry and exit points there to the beach and otherwise, so that you have to cover all your entrances. I mean, I'm saying it, and some people, when you say these things, they come back and they say, well, why are you giving them boy and them advice? Where, hey, I have to go online there too. My family does go there, so I had to say it.
Sheldon, I'm in 100% agreement. Given my law enforcement background, it's another tool that would aid in our safety. It's another tool that would help the law enforcement officers. So I support that 100%. If indeed and in truth and in fact the Prime Minister did say that, I think it's commendable. But we should also act on it. We shouldn't just say it so that we feel good, because the security in it is not insane. The security in it is actually installing it. And therefore, like as I was alluding to prior, it's a deterrent, right? One, it's a safety feature. It's helping the law enforcement officers, and it's also a deterrent, because at the end of the day, inherently, I do believe most bad guys don't want to get caught, right? That's why they run away when they commit crime. So if you know that, hey, this system is there and it's very effective, and it's it relays information back to the base. After coming out of 9/11, one of the things, and I'm sure you're aware of that, and most of your listeners are, New York City became one of the safest city in the world after 9/11. Yes, it was very tragic what happened on September 11, but there were lessons learned, and the investment was made, and it became one of the safest city. Now, not to get into it, but I could have stayed in my location, in my base, and you stand up in Times Square and you
pinpoint the individual.
You phone texting, and probably, somewhere we could look at who you were messaging and what you were messaging.
But not only that, you all got to the point of, and it is something that I know some other cities try to implement. If somebody leaves a train and they leave a package there, that immediately you report. You see at the train station a suspicious package, you report. On the bus, you report. Just open the park, you report suspicious package, etc., and so on. That there was a proactive approach in relation to dealing with the crime situation.
Yes.
Not just talk, but actual feet on the ground, as they say, boots on the ground. Actual boots on the ground, not just the talk about boots on the ground, but actual boots on the ground and so on, to deal with these issues. And I think that is what we as Grenadians want to see right now. Last year, during the Carnival celebrations on Lagoon Road, well, Karani James, well, I don't want to put Karani name in that kind of thing. So on the Lagoon Road, we're using the Lagoon Road and we're speaking them kind of thing. On the Lagoon Road, you had a shooting taking place, Juve morning. You had that sort of thing taking place. You had shootings taking place. And I mean, it also speaks to interdiction. Yes, the police have been doing a good job. Again, we commend them when we have to commend them.
Yes.
They've been doing a good job in getting the arms and armaments that are in Grenada. Last year, I think they had a record haul, 50 something or so in total that they got. The vast majority was not the what they call it again? The
good stuff.
No, the period of time that they had for bringing it in.
Oh, the amnesty.
The amnesty.
Most of it was outside of the amnesty program.
Right, the majority were caught otherwise and so on. And then remember, you had shipments that were coming in that lent to that number. And I think that what needs to happen at a point in time like this, I would think, and with your background, you would be able to say, is that rather than only focus on getting them when they're here and somebody use them, that you deal with it on its way in, so that you empower the Coast Guard to cover certain areas, that you empower the customs and excise, so that you give them the tools that are necessary, that they would be able to scan, search, and do what they have to do efficiently to stop them from entering in the first case.
Well, again, Sheldon, this is all stuff that the Prime Minister and the administration have spoke of in the past, right? We know
remember the scanner for the port. We were supposed to have a scanner down there now, eh?
Right. Remember that our borders are very porous, right? We know that. We can't take away. But again, you have to provide the tools, right? You have to provide. We spoke of that, time and time again. You have to provide the tools to the Coast Guard, provide the tools to the police officers in the street, to customs, to the immigration officers, wherever it's at that we think these things are coming in. We are a small nation, and people talk, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to develop human capital, and you act on these resources, because look, the vast majority of us wants a safe society. And every now and then you might have a guy that might be going down a certain path and he decide he may not want to go down that road, or even some of the females, they know of some of the stuff and they give us the intel. But oftentimes you may find that our officers don't have the necessary resource to thoroughly follow up and to thoroughly investigate. And by the time they might get around to it, things are in. So yes, I do believe that some effort and more effort needs to be placed on trying to interject some of these weapons as they are coming in. Grenada we don't manufacture weapons. We don't manufacture ammunition. So we know for a fact that it's coming in. All right. I believe the Prime Minister had even identified some of the locations in terms of what regions the vast majority were coming in, whether it was from the south of the island or the north of the island. The point is there is some intel there. And so we need to develop on this intel, and we need to put a plan in place to execute so that we can capture some of these weapons before it gets to the street. Because once it gets to the guy in the street, he now feel empowered, and when you feel empowered, you're gonna utilize what you have at your disposal.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And folks, I'm speaking with my good friend here, Mr. Nimrod Oliver, former member of the New York Babylon. Yeah, them Babylon in New York. Them blue Babylon and them in New York. He was a Babylon, right?
Yes,
And also a member of the Navy, a former Navy officer as well. And I think one of the problems that we have is at the ports, because I'll say this, in Trinidad and Tobago, within the last year, they have found literally, I think it's into the hundreds now, of firearms, high-powered firearms. And you know where they got a lot of them? On the ports of entry, in containers, in between all sorts of stuff. They've literally found hundreds of them. Why? They've been scanning containers and so on. There is a problem at one port where they weren't able to scan, but they got information from their counterparts. Hey, check that container, and they were able to check and get firearms and so on. We see the same happening in Barbados right now, where they're locating a lot of guns that are coming in from North America and are coming in containerized and in barrels and different things coming in to the country. We see the same thing happening in Jamaica, that they're getting a lot of weapons that are coming in, not by people coming on boat and drop it off in their case, but a lot of it coming through containers and shipments of different things coming in from North America as well. We see that recently in St. Lucia, that there were a lot of weapons that were captured on the port, along with drugs and so on, but a lot of weapons that were captured on the port that came in that way again from North America. What makes us feel that we in Grenada are not going through the same thing now, that we don't put anything in place? Because these countries, we know about that because they found it. But we're not hearing about that with Grenada outside of the event last year. We're not hearing about that.
So, Sheldon, crime is cyclical, and maybe we probably feel at this point in Grenada that, hey, we went to a high peak and maybe it's on the decline. It's a false sense if truly that's what it is. The other thing, based on what you're saying, without having any knowledge, just based on what you were saying, that is telling me that those countries that are having a higher rate of recovery at the port, that's telling me that they're engaged with outside resources, and or i.e. they are dealing with the port of embarkation, and so they're getting some intel by utilizing resources in the US or Canada, wherever these containers are coming from. And so by the time it gets to the the country of destination, that intel is relayed back to them. Hey, container so and so and so. You might want to watch it. Because at the same time you are trying to, while it might be discovered, let's say in the port of Miami, you don't want to necessarily deal with it there, because you are trying to get to the source in the country that it's going to, so that you can probably make an arrest. But that is definitely telling me that outside agencies, whether it's the the FBI or Homeland Security or some of the law enforcement agencies, even look at on the local level, that is telling me that they are involved and information. So I am not sure. You asking the question, why is it that we're not seen in Grenada at that level? Maybe we don't feel that it's such a threat and it's such a high level for us to engage and to get that kind of help. But I know that those help are there. It's available, and I suspect that maybe there is some talk, but maybe the urgency may have not been communicated with the agencies that have the major resources that can help us in that regard.
And outside of that, when you hear about these in other areas as well, one of the things, in the instance of Trinidad, you heard that what they had was scanners that they were using to scan containers that were coming in. They've also even invested in technology that they would actually have a vehicle that's parked at the side of the road, and when vehicles are passing, it actually can scan the vehicle, and you could see if a person has a weapon in that vehicle passing by and so on. They've gone to that level of technology as well. In Jamaica, I believe they also do a certain level of scanning of containers and so on their ports. And for Barbados, I believe they also do a certain level of scanning. In St. Lucia, while they may not be doing the scanning, I think what they do, they had dogs that were specially trained and were given to them by the French government. That, in fact, but one of them was assassinated recently from what we're hearing. But they have dogs that do the sniffing on the port, and they are able to locate the weapons and so on. So, but in Grenada, no dogs, no scanner, no nothing.
Well,
so
we have a lot of dogs.
Have a custom officer that's lucky enough that they're going through thorough enough and they find it.
We have a lot of dogs. They're just not trained for
No, all dogs are trained to go on the field during West Indies cricket match.
Yes, yes.
Our dogs are specialized in that. Go on the field during a cricket match.
but again, a necessary tool, a necessary deterrent, and it's something that should definitely be looked into to help with getting rid of some of these. Well, I wouldn't even say some of these unwanted firearms, because all illegal firearms are unwanted, right? We need a safe Grenada where each and every one of us could feel safe. Listen, Carnival season is here, and one of the things, no matter what's the fete where you're coming from, man, you could drive down to Wall Street and get something to eat 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And we need that sort of safe environment. We need to patronize our vendors, not just in Wall Street, but by that maybe doing it from in front of the house or at a spot at a junction. And you don't want to be thinking, man, I'm hungry, but I don't want to stop there because I don't know who else going to stop there, and maybe they're look, we are a peaceful nation.
I want to be able to go by Nick. I want to be able to go by Nick in Snug Corner and get a little bowl of soup and them kind of thing. Go on Snug Corner itself and so on, get a little stuff there. You want to be able to move around. You want to go over by Saigon, check them fellas and them. They all you have a roast corn, all you have this or that. Well, I'm not a roast corn man, but whatever they have, you get a little something there. But what you don't want is to be afraid to move around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a street food guy. I'm a by the side of the road kind of guy. I like hanging out. I like being, quote unquote, the ghetto, the block. That's my kind of thing. I mean, ever since, even before I migrated at age 19, that was who I am. I'd rather eat the food on the block than eat my mother's food in the house. And then, even when I came to New York, and even when I joined NYPD, it probably was responsible for saving my life, because nobody thought I was a cop, man. I was by the side of the road as a cop. Obviously not in uniform, but I was a police officer, and I used to go play dominoes on the block with the guys in the evening, hanging, It's just I feel so comfortable, being on the block with the guys and being on the street with the guys. And I know a vast majority of Grenadians feel that way. Even the people from the south, you see them stopping by Wall Street and getting something to eat. So we need to do our part as Grenadians. I will still say, at this point, I will say, you see something, say something, right? Again, we have to say the police officers on a whole. Basically, even though they're demoralized and even though they may not totally be happy with everything that's happening, but they are doing their jobs, and they are working hard to get the weapons off the street and to keep it safe. I do believe they need to get some more support from the management and from the current administration.
Yeah. Doing a nice building, of course, in the wrong location, but doing a nice building is one thing. Because I could guarantee you that building would have to move. You will have to place police headquarters somewhere else eventually. But doing a nice building in a location, all well and good. How does that safeguard the average Grenadian from gun crime? How does that save the average Grenadian that they know it is safe? Because one of the things I'm hearing now, and one of the things I don't want to be hearing, because I still believe in my heart of hearts that Grenada is still the safest country in the Caribbean. My home, Grenada, is still the safest country in the Caribbean. And the thing is, we want it to stay that way. We don't want it to spiral out of control. We've seen what happened in some of our neighboring islands. You check the other islands. You check the murder rate in St. Vincent right now, you'll be surprised. The murder rate in St. Lucia, they've had somewhere around 10 or 12 murders for the month of July alone. You check in St. Kitts, what is happening. In Antigua, what is happening. You check further afield in Turks and Caicos over the weekend. There were 2 sets of killings. There was one where they found 2 guys killed, shot up in a vehicle, and there's another one where they found somebody went into a dance hall and opened fire, and I think they killed 2 or 3 people and shot a lot of others. So we see these things happening in the other islands. We don't want it happening there either, but we especially don't want it happening and rearing its head in our neck of the woods. We don't want to be seeing this thing. We definitely do not want it in our country. And whatever we have to do to lend a hand to ensure it doesn't happen, I know you will lend a hand, and I'm willing to lend a hand.
Oh, definitely. I mean, listen, Grenada, I'm just like you, man. Grenada is near and dear to me, and I will do anything and everything within my power to ensure a safe Grenada for all. You know, Sheldon, that's why I was so very disappointed when our Prime Minister said that we know that the crime is coming, and it's not because he has a premonition. You know, and pretty much is like, well, what can you do? What can I do about it? And what we needed was for our leader to say, well, yes, it's not a premonition. It's not that you're the smartest guy in the room. And maybe let's take a look around the region without naming other countries. Let's take a look around the region, and we know that crime is on the up, or there is some incident. But here in Grenada, we are going to do this, and this to ensure that it doesn't get. But when you stand there all arrogantly stating that, not because I have some premonition, and it's coming, and you know, no, wrong answer. Wrong answer. I remember sharing that clip with some of my leaders, well, former leaders now in NYPD, and they're like, "What? That's your leader?" They're like, "Ali, even if when you were here with us, and one of the junior guys would have said something like that at a Comstat meeting, what you think would have happened?" You know, imagine I'm at a Comstat meeting and reporting and crime in my command, and I gave that answer to the police commissioner. What do you think would have happened, Sheldon? You know, and you had a nation of people looking towards you for leadership, and rather than be a leader, you talk about, well, not because I have premonition, it's coming, and we're throwing our hands up. No. And then the solution was, well, I'm gonna get bigger guns for the police. No. How about outlining a number of strategies and policies that we can put in place to bolster the police officers, boost their morale, give them the equipment that's needed to ensure that our streets remain safe. You know, that's the kind of thing that, and so I have no problem assisting. I've said it publicly time and time again. I mean, I've never gotten a call, you know, and they probably wouldn't call. And those that you know used to talk to me before this administration is important. They're afraid to talk to me now. They're afraid to ask my opinion, or they're afraid to ask for a recommendation. But you know, I'm colorblind when it comes to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, because before NNP or NDC, there is Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, which is first and foremost in everything, and we have to do everything that we can to ensure that Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique remain safe and livable for each and every one of us.
I think it lends to the idea that the government of Grenada, and by extension, so we're speaking here of the Ministry of National Security, headed by the Prime Minister, who send down the directives to the Royal Grenada Police Force for implementation, that there needs to be a proactive instead of reactive approach to what is taking place, because you can't blame the police officers if the policy guidelines that they are given are not clear and specific that ask them to be proactive in relation to certain areas. If the Ministry of National Security is not being proactive, So they are not saying we need to catch these things before they get here. We need to improve our intelligence. Instead of having police officers following Honorable Emlyn Pierre around the country like some lapdogs or shadow, instead of them following different members of, in fact, you know, it's gotten so bad that they have officers that leave Grenada to go to the US to follow members of the New National Party when specific activities take place. It has gotten that bad that they are actually doing that, paying a ticket for a police officer to leave Grenada, go to the United States to tail members of the opposition to see where they're going and who they're talking to when they go to the United States and so. It's gotten that bad. And instead of putting those officers to find the guns, that is where they're spending their time with these officers. Hello? Brother Nimro, you dropped off for a second there, but you're back. Go right ahead.
Yeah, it is so sad. I had a police officer told me maybe 2 weeks ago, and they said to me, you know, listen, I didn't have your number, and I see you, you know, with you and Rodney and the Mangoes, and I want to, you know, sometimes just like your post with you and Rodney kicks in on Facebook, but they're like, I know if I like it, I will be called down, you know, to headquarters almost immediately. And I'm like, it's so sad that, you know, we're living in a place now where even police officers are even free to express themselves on social media for fear of you know, being, you know, something that has nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with anything, nothing with NNP or NDC. It's just like a social interaction, and they're afraid to even like a Facebook post because they know they will be called down to explain why you liking this NNP guy post. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Because it has happened to other officers that they have liked a post or reacted to a post by someone in the opposition
inadvertently,
and they have found themselves in front of their seniors to answer for why you're liking posts there. So, like if they're not Grenadians, I don't know, maybe they come from Mars, I don't know.
Sheldon, something else I wanted to touch on, you know, even when coming out of that incident in Wall Street, and we knew that some persons were hospitalized. And then a couple of days after, the police released this communication that the hospital was shut down because you know, persons were supposedly in the vicinity of the hospital and they may be carrying firearms. And I was sitting there reading this and I'm shaking my head and I'm like, and it says here in inexperience, because obviously this message had to be okayed from the top, right? And I'm sitting there saying, why would the top, whether it's the commissioner, the deputy commissioner, and the assistant commissioner, whoever at the top echelon of the force, why would they put out a communique like that, right? I mean, first of all, if you have intel, you could have secretly closed the hospital down. I'm not saying that it should not have been closed. I'm not saying that visitors should not have been prevented because, again, safety first for all, right? You could have shut it down. And to ensure that you put the apparatus in place to ensure that the workers, the patients, everybody was safe. But there was absolutely no need to make that known to the public. There was no need for John public to know about that. Go ahead, do your job. Let's hope you could have kept it on the DL for a couple of days and you make some arrests and you lock some guys up and get these guns off the street. But by you going and put the plans out there, what would happen? What would happen? Right? I mean, it's crazy. And I could tell you, the same day that communication came out, someone was locked up in St. George's in the town, riding around with a loaded firearm in their car, in plain view.
And there's also the other situation of an individual that fired shots. Well, he actually shot another individual on St. Jules Street over the weekend as well.
Over the weekend?
Yes. So we have those sort of situations taking place. And on the hospital one, though, I tend to disagree slightly that the hospital could have been closed. I think if you have one person or two persons that are the issue at the facility, why not just shift them to another location? A safe location where they could receive their treatment, but as another location, instead of disrupting the entire flow of the hospital because of one individual.
Well, that's what I meant in terms of shut it down temporarily until you assess the situation and or make changes, right? We do have the polyclinic in Guelph, and so if you could, because at the end of the day, you're talking about victims with gunshot wounds, so maybe moving them might not have been A, optimal, and or B, the location you're going to move them to if you don't have the equipment and the facilities there to proper treat them. So you would probably need some time to assess all of that. So that's why I said, I didn't have a problem shutting it down initially. You assess the situation and then yes, you make plan. But again, that could have been done without the public knowing. So you could have shut it down a day, a couple of hours or a day, assess your situation, and just like you pointed out now, say, all right, well, this is what we have. We have 3 guys with superficial wounds. We have 1 guy that's serious. The 1 guy that's serious, we move him to Guelph. Those with superficial wounds, we move them to Maribor. We make sure we have some police officers and some SSU guys posted around there. And, you take it from there. Again, you didn't have to broadcast it. The issue here is putting the plan out for the public. I love if the government would talk to us about the stuff that we need to know. But the stuff that we don't need to know is what they always want to talk to us about, right? Look, there's absolutely nobody, right? It has happened from the time. I guarantee you, last night when that police officer was shot, and even though at the scene they maybe think he was DOA, he was removed to a hospital. And I guarantee you, whichever hospital that he went to, the emergency room was shut down. Right? You would shut it temporarily. You assess the situation. Of course, you can't deny people services, but you have a wounded cop coming in, so guarantee they're going to secure it for a while, maybe an hour or so, and then it will be open back up. So in that regard, but you didn't see that in the news. You're not going to see it on the news saying that, the emergency room was shut down because it's no sense.
With all respect to the police, though, I did see a release from them last week that from some point, I can't remember if it's Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or when, that there will now be 24-hour police presence at the emergency department. Uniformed officer, I assume armed, uniform officer at the emergency department. Because from what you see taking place there, you have to take whatever measures are necessary to protect the workers there, the nurses, the doctors. We have to protect our nurses and our doctors, as well as the patients and other auxiliary staff there. We must protect everybody.
Sheldon, again, I commend that, but again, I would not have put a news briefing out on that. You do it. You should have plainclothes officers there, as well as uniform. Uniform officers serve as a deterrent. You have them posted outside as well as inside, and you have at least 2 plainclothes officers outside and a couple inside until the situation calm down. It's no need, because when you do that, what are you doing is you are basically having the bad guy reassess and then plan. Right? No. When guys are intent on doing stuff, one of the first targets you look for is those that could neutralize you, right? That's who you look for, right? Look, I was involved in an incident, and I always say I will share something that you probably never know, and probably what saved my life on that day, the day that I ended up in a shootout, was because I had dreads. You didn't know that, right? You didn't know I was a Rasta man, right?
Fake Rasta. Well, go ahead. No problem.
But I was a New York City police officer, and I had dreads, and the guys never thought I was a cop.
Babylon, so even Babylon with dreads, fake Babylon, fake Rasta was right.
Even though I was at a disadvantage, and they were able to draw their weapons first and fired about 6 or 7 shots at me even before I could get my weapon out. But the element, I still had an element of surprise, is that they never thought that I had a weapon, right? Because here I am, a guy dressed in blue jeans, blue shirt, blue sneakers with dread, there's no way he could be a cop. You understand? So I tend to, maybe because I spend so much years working plain clothes, I always tend to say you don't always have to advertise. Because while you might think you're doing a good, you are also wising up the perpetrators who then plan for the neutralization, right? Because if a prop is hell-bent on doing what they got to do, and that's the mission, they're gonna try to execute. And in trying to execute, they're gonna neutralize those that they think would get in their way. So I commend the police force that for posting officers at the hospital to keep the staff and the other patients they safe. I beg to differ. I would not have advertised it.
And one of the things there is that I think there needs to be a proper strategy with how information is put out, because there are certain things I could say no. Having spent time in specific positions before, there are certain things I could say no about how the police operate, for instance, around Carnival time, that I will not say on air, because you don't want to give those who may have intention of carrying out certain activities the knowledge of how the Royal Grenada Police Force operates.
There you go.
But at the same token, you want to deal with the fears of the public. You want to ensure the public knows that the police are there and they're doing their job. So that there must be a strategic communication. And I'll use the words again, strategic communication with the public in relation to, we are dealing with issues. You will see an increased presence or whatever. You don't have to say where the presence will be. But you will see an increased presence. Our officers are out there in their numbers. We assure you we will be dealing. I ain't taking a job. Don't try to hire me. But strategic communication in how we are dealing with the issue, and that, don't worry, we will keep you safe no matter what it takes. The same way they're keeping certain people safe right now, all police down there, keep the Grenadian people safe.
Well, where you hear they have security by the new building that they build. They have police officers guarding the police.
I know about new building, but I know right down Grenada's right.
Well, the renovated building. They have police officers guarding the renovated building. I mean, police officers inside, and yet they have police officers guarding the renovated building. But yeah, you're right. Again, I think I agree with you. You need to communicate, but Sheldon, you want to tell me, within 24 hours, even if you had cops there initially, right? So the first 24 hours element of surprise for the police department, right? So you post the guy and you didn't say it initially. But guaranteed by the second or the third day, the whole of Grenada would know that they now have police officers at the, because we still are word-of-mouth society, right? Even with the advent of technology, we still talk a lot, and we still, I mean, think about it. When there's a roadblock, right, or a road checkpoint, before you get to the point, you probably get 2 or 3 messages: police checking here, police checking there. So same difference. I see
a signal that certain drivers do their driving, and they give you a 2 flash. When you get a 2 flash, it means, yo, police up ahead. Which I don't agree with, and I don't agree with it for specific reasons. I think anyone, that's just me personally, I believe anyone that sees a police checkpoint and goes to social media and posts a message, police checkpoint at so-and-so, should be arrested and charged.
Well, yes.
So. They should be arrested and charged. You endangering my life.
I don't support it.
Arrested and charged.
There's probably something on the books pertaining to that. I know in New York City there is, but the question is, how is it enforceable? How are you really going to enforce it?
Well, no, if I see a Facebook post, if I see a Facebook post by an individual saying police checkpoint at 1910, if I was police, going for the individual, arresting you, because you're endangering the lives of the police and you're endangering the public lives, because the checkpoint might be the one that pick up the rockets, or that pick up the guns, or that pick up the wanted man that they've been looking for how long. That might be the checkpoint or the child that missing for how much days. That might be the checkpoint that picked them up, and you, are informing these people with the guns, the drivers who have no license, these guys and them that Carnival time, they get somebody else to rent a vehicle for them and they're driving, they have no license. The vehicle is uninsured, all sorts of things. The police trying their very best to safeguard you, because if one of them that have no license or uninsured vehicle hit you, God forbid, or one of your relatives or something, you basically have nothing to get, and them, if they survive, they have jail. You have nothing to get. So the police are trying to protect you, and you have people fighting against that, posting stupidness. Police at this point, look out, police day, sending WhatsApp messages around. The police should jail all of them. It's my view. Jail them.
Totally agree, and yes, I'm biased when it comes to that, because again, I think next to Grenada is probably law enforcement next to my hat. Totally support law enforcement, engaging in keeping us safe. So yes, I don't agree with broadcasting police checkpoint and stuff like that, because again, in my mind, you're again putting, and I know most people don't think so, they think they're doing a civic duty by alerting fellow citizens, but for me, the law enforcement part of it is that you're putting the cops in harm's way, because whatever that person, maybe they may or may not have something, and they may not be able to turn back, but now you're going into a situation with some sort of hostility. So from that regard, I don't support it.
Yeah, indeed. And some of us find it fun, eh? Yeah, boy, partner give me a message there, boy. Yeah, boy, watch. I know the tire bad, boy. I ain't going down there. No, your tire bad, go and fix it. Not, I ain't going down there. Your tire bad, go and fix it. Because when it pop out and you run off the road into Granny, how you explaining that? Go and fix it. Yeah, that is how I view that. But we're speaking about the police and being proactive and that sort of thing. Because you wouldn't believe we're down to 9:21 already. I don't want to run out of time tonight.
Wow. I mean, you're going for 3 hours tonight, because we don't get to start to talk yet.
We have some other things to talk about, and I want to raise another issue with you. A national security issue of tremendous proportion. Roughly, this is the 1st of July, 2nd of July, we saw a massive explosion taking place in the Telescope area. Unstable explosives were transported from SSU camp in Point Saline all the way to Telescope, and then were improperly disposed of. They could never claim that it was properly disposed of. And again, I am not laying any blame on gravel and concrete. None. I'm not laying any blame on gravel and concrete. It came from a facility of the Ministry of National Security. It had to have the okay under that ministry to remove those explosives. Take it through the unstable explosives that most likely they have driven, because I'm sure they didn't take boat and drop it up, that they drive this through. All of us, vehicles on the road, busload of people, buildings left and right, schools, churches, everything, going all the way to Telescope and the residents at Telescope to dispose of it. As a former person in the military and paramilitary, you're part of the NYPD, you're part of the Navy. Was what took place there proper? Because up to now, we still have not even gotten a preliminary report of why what was done and in the way that it was done. We no preliminary report up to this point in time. So, your view on what has taken place there?
So Sheldon, with a lack again of information and communication by our administration, it leads to a lot of speculation. And so at this point, because I will say this against the backdrop that if it was otherwise, I'm quite sure that the administration would have come out and told us. So to begin with, from day one, from the onset, I think this whole incident was handled bad. If it's unstable explosive, it should not be turned over to civilians for disposal. That's so that if that in truth and in fact what happened here, because we're hearing about gravel and concrete, so the assumption is gravel and concrete and they're civilian. If it's unstable, meaning that the shelf life of such explosives is here, or it has just passed, or it's near, and you have to get rid, getting rid of that explosive should have been done by those that are trained to do it, i.e. not the civilian, not the guy that uses it when it's stable. I know we don't have, I believe, I've never seen one, but I believe we don't have explosive vehicles, ordnance vehicles in Grenada. But what should have happened is that those explosives should have been placed in a bomb truck or so, if we have, because again, it's they're fragile, and carried to the location and detonated by those trained. I know while we may not have explosive vehicle, we do have police officers that are trained in EOD, ordnance disposal, and so they should have been the one handling those explosives.
But let me butt in and ask a question here. Are you sure we still have officers who are trained in that area? Because I know a lot of officers with specialist training in relation to certain areas. Well, I can't even call them officers. They are now former officers. I know guys that have specialties, did training outside of Grenada and inside of Grenada, regionally and outside of the region, who take the retirement and who leave the force and so on. You sure we still are the explosives experts?
Sheldon, our leader, told us that he brought back some retirees, some guys that were retired, to help with the succession planning, because the former administration had no succession planning. I mean, when you get rid, I mean, it has to be some mighty ego here. When you get rid or you force guys that were highly qualified and trained, you sort of showed them the door, and then you bring back some guys that were retired and say that they are back to help with succession planning. I mean, it's just laughable. So I want to say, I don't think they would, the guys that had specially training, like the EOD trained guys, the sniper guys, the long rifle guys, I don't think that they would have allowed all these guys to walk through the door without ensuring the succession planning. You understand? Because that's what we were told, that we are bringing back guys off of retirement to help us with the succession planning. Here, this is 3 years later, so even if some guys left, I'm quite sure that they would have, or they should have, secured some training with the U.S. military and our other counterparts that helped out with stuff like that to get these guys qualified and trained in those fields. So I would continue to say that that's who should have been handling the explosives, the fragile explosives, and definitely not civilian. And I hope that if there is more of those explosives on the base, that the SSU,
well,
and
we have been told by the Prime Minister that there are more that are still, that's degraded explosives that still remain at SSU barracks.
Well, I trust going forward that these explosives would be put, maybe the most secure vehicle we probably have is those garbage trucks, those that are heavily built. So maybe they could get one cleaned out enough, and that the rest of these explosives would be transported in one of those to a location to be properly detonated by the trained personnel within the RGPF. And that's my take.
And before you go further, I want to let folks know that if they want to chime in, they can call. There's a possibility you might be able to hear them. I make a kind of hookup here tonight, so I want somebody to test it out for me. So folks, you can give a call. Yeah, man, I'm trying a thing here. But you can call. I'm speaking with Brother Nimrod here, but we're sticking on these particular topics that we've been discussing. So you can call at any point in time. Go ahead, Brother Nimrod. You were speaking.
No,
about,
I was just about to say, I think I started by saying, and I just wanted to reiterate again, these are the type of thing that the Minister of National Security and or the top echelon of the police force should be communicating to us. I mean, you're telling me about you're shutting down the hospital. Yeah, that's sort of kind of important. But an explosive went off in a community, and to date, I haven't heard, apart from a partisan, the Prime Minister being at a partisan town hall, he has yet to speak to us as a nation. because there are some persons that probably did not tune into the to the town hall, and so speak to us as a nation, because you are the Prime Minister, you are the Minister of National Security for all of Grenada, just some of Grenada.
We have a caller on the line. You let me know if you're hearing. Go right ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. You're live. Hello. Oh boy, like they're not hearing me.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Hey, good night. How you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Good night,
we hearing
Brother
you.
Sheldon Scott.
Yes, we're hearing you. Go right ahead, Brother Nimrod. Are you hearing?
Good night, Brother Nimrod. Good night.
Listen
Good
on
night,
the device.
brother.
I'm not hearing through this.
Okay, go ahead, Cammy. Go
But
ahead.
I'm hearing you, Sheldon. I'm
Cammy,
hearing
yes.
you saying good night.
Okay.
Good
yeah.
night to you, Brother Olivier. Good night.
All right, he isn't hearing
Anyhow,
live here, but go ahead.
very important, very interested, Brother Nimrod. You're the police, you say, from America. In America, well, you're giving them a lot of insight of what they should be doing. You should go and talk to the Prime Minister and help them, because so much are shooting in town. Right and Chandru Street where I grew up there. One of the guys gets shot, You understand? So much of thing going on. I going home early because I afraid. I afraid people get shooting down. So much of thing happening. I don't understand what's going on in Grenada. I really don't understand. Yeah? Even where I live in here, people just walking in the place, they go with me stuff. You don't know who I have to lock up me out. I lock up Ollie. I come up and I don't custom with that. So I don't know what is going on when I watch the news there this afternoon. And I see the young guy, they're going with this fella, 2 others from Coffee Hill, with the incident that happened on Wall Street. One in the tongue there. What's going on in Grenada? What's going on in Grenada? I ain't going nowhere for Carnival. I'm scared. I am not going nowhere for Carnival. I ain't going in tongue and staying in my house. And a lot of people speaking about that. And I don't hear none of them people saying nothing. I don't hear none of them, the ministers and them talking about nothing. Hey, what's going on?
And Cammy,
What's happening
that
in
is
Grenada?
true, because I have been hearing from one or
I
two
see them
people.
bring a set of African again. Well, more teeth again. Oh, God, Lord. Are you pray for Grenada? Pray for Grenada. We in problem. You don't believe me? We in a lot of problem in this country. Things is not right out here. All right. This man has seen they planting a tree. All you was got these people them have all kind of different name. They have all kind of different name. And you pray for this little country of ours. All right. Good night. I'll give somebody else a chance. Good night, Patty. Good night to everybody who's listening to my voice.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
good
much.
night to everyone.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night, sister.
Go ahead.
Good night, Cammy.
Yes.
Sister Cammy, you're safe, man. Them everybody know you in tongue. They ain't gonna shoot you. They ain't gonna shoot around you. If they see you actually might be a great deterrent, because you are respected in the tongue of St. George.
Joke you're making. They cost me bucket
Right?
Michelle. They cost me bucket Michelle. They come in and cost me and tell me everything I want it Michelle, and I'll just call them back. Cause I don't pray them. They just cost me and I just call them back.
Cammy, I can't picture a nice lady like you cussing them back, man.
What joke you making? Brother, let me tell you something. If they mess with me, I get in it.
But
Any one of them come. And I like the Prime Minister to pass and ask me what's
Sister
going
Cammy,
on, and you know, yeah.
Right, Cammy, and you realize Cammy is hearing you clearly, yeah? But
Yes,
you're not hearing her properly.
I'm not hearing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't feel nobody, I the woman up with a say what to say. Sheldon lucky. The only reason why I don't say certain things on Sheldon program, I don't want to close on the program. Because I say certain things there, they'll jail me. Papa God no. You think I'm good? I ain't good,
You love me too much for that.
They'll lock me, they'll jail me, I'm telling you.
How the cocoa going?
So God know why. Anyhow, I go leave somebody else calling.
Okay.
Good night and I will take care.
Before you
and
go.
Hold on fast.
Cammy, before
yes,
you go.
Yes, a man come and buy from Carriacou. He say you send him.
Yes. I'm just making sure.
Sheldon, a man come from Carriacou. And he said, Sheldon said to come and buy cocoa. Yes.
Lovely.
I still have some cocoa. They could pass for cocoa.
Lovely.
Yes.
All right, Cammy. You have a good one.
So they could come tomorrow, please, the lad. But I will not complain. Today wasn't bad.
She said today wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Today wasn't bad. I sell some cocoa today.
I like that. And let's hope as the more visitors come, she get more support.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, they come and buy some.
Sister Cammy, let me say, I've always said.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've always said that I am Grenadian first, and I would always extend my services to whichever administration is in leadership in Grenada. Prior to politics, myself and the Prime Minister were very good friends, and he knows that I am willing to lend a hand every day.
Mm-hmm.
You and Deacon Michel was good friend?
Time and time. I've even said it to him.
Was he lawyer?
Right.
Deacon was his lawyer.
I've even say it to him privately. But I guess sometimes we let politics.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Hey, what you? Good night.
Cammy, bye-bye.
I don't like that man,
Cammy, bye-bye.
I don't like that man, I don't like that man at all. Papa God hear me. I don't hate him, but I don't like that man. I won't lie. God know my heart. I don't hate him. I don't have to hate anybody. But I don't like that man. Because you know why? These are all poor people. And the Grenadians give you a chance. And look at how you're treating us. The man saying bushes you. He looking out for his people alone. What kind of man is that? I don't like that man. Mr. Deacon Mitchell, you're the Prime Minister. I respect your office, but I don't like you.
Cammy.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, Cammy. We go talk. All right. Brother Debrod, go right ahead.
Sister Cammy kills me. But as I was saying, I'm Grenadian first, and so I would always extend my help to what I think is the betterment of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I've expressed my willingness to assist publicly and privately. Sometimes we let politics change us or who we support in politics. I, Nimrod Olivier, would never change how I feel because of politics, right? And so the Minister of National Security knows that he can reach out to me anytime if he needs assistance with something locally or even internationally. If I have that contact, I will do it, because at the end of the day, it is for Grenada first. I know Sister Cammy didn't want to hear me say that, but yeah, we were very good friends, and I have to say because we're on different political sides now, we don't communicate, we don't talk like that. But I'm still Nimrod Olivier, and I will still do whatever I have to do for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, because I need a free and safe and a better Grenada so that Rodney can raise his children in a safe, clean environment.
Indeed. And folks, we keep the phone lines open, but yeah, Brother Nimrod, we were speaking about that telescope issue and the possibility that we could have a reoccurrence or worse, without going into details, I ain't too like where it is. The remainder is. And we don't necessarily need to hear, because what you don't want is you don't want to give bad actors the opportunity to intercept. We understand that. You don't want to give bad actors the opportunity to intercept and take hold of those sort of items. So we don't expect you to say, well, we're going to deal with it this way at that time or whatever. But we need to be assured, you could use broad language, but we need to be assured that what took place there earlier at the beginning of this month never takes place again. Never takes place again. We were lucky it happened in the way that it happened, because we could have been singing a different story right now. You could have been having slow songs singing at Flowers Bringing.
I do hope that, you know, the administration reassess and they take a different approach towards getting rid of the rest. Sheldon, also there was some rumors and speculation that some other ammunition was found in the vicinity of the Carlton home. And again, when there is no information, rumors would spread like wildfire. I'm not sure if it's true or not, because today the police, the administration came forward and say yes, a cache of arms and ammunition was found and it was properly disposed of and stuff like that. So we are left to our own, you know. Obviously, again, Grenada is poor, so persons would have known, persons would have seen. I believe it's a civilian that discovered it and or pass it on to, but our administration never came forward and say, yeah, this is what we found, and it was properly secured and disposed of. So I trust that maybe there was not decaying bombs and explosives, you know. Look, Sheldon, as part of my Navy career on active duty, I was in the Navy. I was I'll tell you something else about me that you didn't know again. My first assignment in the U.S. Navy was on an ammunition ship, right? The smallest bomb.
You ain't getting me to work there.
The smallest bomb on that ship was about a 500-pound bomb, and that's what we did for 2 years. I transported bombs around the world, through the Middle East and Europe. You know, you take from Spain and you bring to Scotland. You take from Scotland and you bring to Greece. You take from Greece and you bring to Italy, and that's the. But our home port was in Earl, New Jersey, and that the pier that we were on was built 5 miles out to sea, meaning from land. That pier extended 5 miles out to sea because of the nature of that business. If one bomb and one of those ships was to go off, you're annihilating the whole city. Even at 5 miles out to sea, it was still dangerous. But you had to take a bus. You had to take transport. We couldn't bring our private vehicles down the pier. The military had a bus that would take us when we park in the parking lot on mainland, and you had to drive down a pier 5 miles to get on that ship.
Mm-hmm. We have a caller online. Let's go to the caller. Hello, good night. Hello, good night, caller. Oi, are you that day? Hello, good night. I feel that caller listening to the radio, you know. Yeah, that caller I feel was listening to the radio. And if that caller is who I feel is, that caller should know better than to listen to the radio, eh? Nice. Okay.
Chameleon?
No Fadu, man. Hello, good night. Yes, hello.
Check your thing. You show your thing is
hello.
Up.
I ain't listening to the radio. You ain't pressing the right button.
Wait, I ain't pressing the right button. I ain't had to press no
hello?
button there. You just had to talk. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, we're hearing you, man. You go ahead.
Hello.
But what's the matter with this guy? Hello, you hearing us? You're not hearing us. But the thing is, Cammy was hearing us all well and okay a short while ago.
Saying that you went off.
Yeah, he's not hearing us. So I'll have to end that call and switch on some cable here and call him back. Yeah. But I think I know what happened there, you know. Yeah, I saw.
Only you're not pressing the thing.
I saw what happened there. So let me just call that individual back, because I think I know what happened there. There's an auto feature on this thing, and I think that's what happened. You're hearing us clearly now?
Talk to me.
You,
Talk to me. I'm not no beast.
you hearing me?
Hello?
You're hearing us?
Oh, that sounds like Wade, so.
Yeah, that is Wade. Okay, I think
Nimrod.
I switched it around. Are you hearing us now?
My
fellow
schoolmate.
Canadian.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, my friend?
Okay, you hearing me now?
Sheldon.
Yeah, man.
I know Sheldon hearing.
I hearing
Yes,
you.
Wade.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
There's
ahead.
I'm good, Wade.
breakup in this.
We're trying a new system to see
There's
if
a
we can
breakup
get
in the transmission.
Yeah, but we're trying a new thing
You
to
guys
see if
hear
we
me?
can get. Yeah, we're hearing you. You go ahead.
I'm hearing you all, and then you all are disappearing.
Okay, I see what is happening there. Let me sort that
Hello?
out. But go ahead, brother Nimrod.
Yes.
I'll sort that out. Go ahead.
Who's up? Me or Wade?
No, you go ahead, brother Nimrod. I'm doing a little change around here. Okay, that's hold one moment for me, brother Nimrod. I touched something here and it threw everything out of line. Just that one thing I went and interfere here with, and it put everything out of line. I'm not sure you would even be hearing me right now. You're hearing me, but I think you're hearing me through my my laptop, and I am not hearing you clearly, so I have to be unplugging thing here and plugging back thing here and all sorts of things. So let me just get this. And I think that should bring you back now to the listeners. Go right ahead.
Yes, you hear me now?
Yes, they're hearing you now. I'll have to ignore the phone calls for now, but you go right ahead.
You cut off, brother Wade?
Yeah, I had to because for some reason it worked perfectly for me to hear, and I think you were hearing Cammy clearly, but she couldn't hear you.
Right.
But,
yes.
Yeah, so I realized I had to deal back. I can't do it on air, so I will do that afterwards.
I was just saying that, I want us, each and every one of us, to be our brother's keeper, to ensure that we look out for each other. Not just, yes, obviously for, crime-wise, but, just in general, right? Let's have a very, very peaceful and fun carnival. We should see quite a number of visitors. Let's hope... we didn't even talk about the Caribbean Afrocentric Forum, but let's hope some of the...
Who said we ain't talk about it yet? We have time,
Let's hope that some of the visitors that are in for that stays on for Carnival. I see my sister Akima Paul is on island, and I trust that she might be stayed on for Carnival. And like I say, spend some of those pounds and some of those US dollars and some Canadian.
It's called
and
US dollars, so it's us. So bring it to us. Give it to us. It's us dollars.
That's right.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
And the Canadian mean you can bring it to us and we can take it. So bring it Canadian too. That's why it's called Canadian. Bring it.
You have the translation right there.
Yeah, man. Yes, indeed. So my brother Wade could call back. I'll have to translate for you. So Wade, you could call back. I'll have to translate. I've sorted out that issue there. He would not be able to hear you directly. My setup.
Right, but I can listen in on the device.
Yeah,
I can listen.
Wait, give us a call back, man. Yeah. So yeah, my brother, that situation with Telescope, it needs to be addressed. But there is another question I want to ask you before I run out of time tonight. And it is a little off the issue of national security. Wait, you could call. Yeah, it's a little off the issue of national security. Now, I've seen the various videos, I've seen photos of you up and down and around the St. George Northeast constituency. Yeah, I've seen several videos, I've seen photos of you village to village, community to community, house to house, road to road, track to track, all around. And I think we have our brother Spice Ram back on. Let's just take his call before I continue on that one. Spice Ram.
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead, brother.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nimrod's still on the line, or you get off?
He's there. He's gonna hear you. Not through the setup I had. I had to scrap that and put back my normal setup, but he will hear you. Go ahead.
Alright. My schoolmate, my friend. This I want to say this. When Nimrod had dreads, don't call him a no fake dread. When Nimrod had dreads, the first time I saw Nimrod in New York as an NYPD officer. I won't go into details or something, Nimrod.
ERSU is good.
No. I was in a squabble. I was in a squabble with two officers. I was in a kind of predicament. And while I was sitting in the back of the squad car, he happened to come on the scene, but he didn't see me. But anyway, I want Grenadians to understand. When I see fellas like Nimrod, champion lover, Nimrod know what I'm talking about. Beverly, these are slew of Grenadians in this city.
Moses.
Knowing from where we all came from, our background.
He said Moses.
Yes. I know his name is Moses. But what I say that there are people who are listening doesn't know him as Moses. They know him as champion. But that was his name in the streets. Right? We have to be proud of them. And now that he has did his stint in the military, he did his stint in the NYPD, and he was a decorated and an elegant police officer. Grenadians have to be proud of this brother. I don't care what political flag you want to fly. I don't care what the biases or whatever. We have to stand up and we have to recognize our Grenadians who have done and who are doing great things, who are putting their lives on the line. They may not be living in Grenada, but wherever they live. So in the instant that he was living in New York, every day he get up, put on his uniform and jump in his car and hit the street, he put his life on the line. He not sure he going home. Okay? So he has done his stint. He's moving on in his life in a different perspective now. My friend, my schoolmate, my brother, proud of you. Very proud of you, not just you alone, but every Grenadian. Every Grenadian. There's a lot of us out here. I'm only saying us, I'm not including myself in that mix. I'm just saying us as Grenadians. There's a lot of Grenadians out here who are doing great things. They may not be in Brooklyn, but they're all over the US. They're all in Canada, England, wherever in the diaspora they are. And when we see them home, stop treating them like strangers. I would love for the day when Grenadians stop treating Grenadians who are coming home, even if they're just coming to visit on a vacation. There are a lot of people who want to come home and do things, and they contribute in a lot of ways. And when people see them, they call you, you're a foreigner. We got to stop that. That stigma we keep placing on people, we got to stop it. And if the political scene in Grenada would someday miraculously get better, the experience of that gentleman, the Royal Grenada Police Force, could benefit 100% just by having him consulting with them. Massively. Guys, have a great night. Have a safe Carnival. But with all you coming, the only thing I see all your bottle and stone, I see all your belly down there, I will stay in your bliss here. I will jump up in Carnival.
It's not that, no, it's not that bad. We just don't want it to get worse. That's all. Anytime we see it, we want to clamp it down one time.
Yes.
Grenada
you don't want to get worse.
Tell your friends Grenada is still safe to come. Grenada is still safe than anywhere else. But
I'm walking. I was outside today in my Grenada shirt, one of this Grenada national soccer team t-shirts, and a Haitian brother stopped me. He said, "Yeah, I want a shirt like that." I said, "Sure, you want this one?" He said, No. You go walk naked. I will see you again. I want another. I want that shirt." And then he said it. He wants to go to Grenada because he know you have heard. You have a lot of friends who always tell him Grenada is one of the safest places right now in the world to visit. Have a great time. Have a great, safe, enjoyable Carnival, Grenadians. And we're going to talk soon, my brother.
All
Nimrod, catch you later, my friend.
My brother, thank you so very much. Yes, indeed. That's our good friend Wade. Brother Nimrod.
Wade, thank you, Wade Sheldon. I think Wade is probably one of the guys that caused me to pay attention in school and try to be smart. I think Wade gave me a couple of rap the first time I entered GBSS. You know, that was that was always the welcome thing back then. But I appreciate the very kind words that he said to me. But I too want to express to him how grateful we are in having someone like him in the New York area to champion what he did, with the in terms of the radio station and the technological things that he are doing, and to bring information and to have us stay connected with Grenada. I'm very proud of him. And Wade, yes, Sheldon is right. Grenada is still relatively one of the safest places to visit. I am there, living there full time now since I retired in 2020, and I too still champion for all my friends, past acquaintances, current acquaintances to visit, and it's spreading. I get calls almost on a weekly basis from guys in NYPD and the military that they were recommended to visit Grenada by a friend of mine, and they put them in contact with me. I mean, we've had people as high as the former commissioner of NYPD, Commissioner Shea, that visited Grenada, spent 10 days in Grenada, and he loved it. So
I remember when you brought down half of the police force down here. Yeah.
Yes, and so we just want to make sure that it remains that way. We want to make sure that it remains safe. So we cannot sit back and say the crime is coming. What are we going to do? No, we need to put policies in place to head off the crime. We don't want our shows to be permeated by crime, and where visitors are now, don't want to come. Right? People want to come, and we got to make sure it's a safe environment for them.
We have a caller online. Go right ahead, caller.
Mr. Nimrod, I got a question from Mr. Nimrod.
Okay.
2 questions.
Go ahead.
If he's related to Limpy, and the guy in the picture with him over his head there, who is it?
Oh, well, you covered that one earlier, but go ahead.
And I didn't hear it. And if he's related to Limpy.
Okay, no problem, my brother.
All right.
Yeah, so he's trying to find out if you're related to one Limpy, and also who is the guy in the picture behind you.
Yeah, no, Limpy doesn't ring a bell. I don't know if there's another name, so I can't say that we're not related, but all Oliviers are probably related. I on the dark skin side, most of the Oliviers are on the lighter complexion. And the guy in the picture behind me was me when I was a lot younger. and the other guy is Police Commissioner Ray Kelly. Ray Kelly was one of the police commissioners in NYPD as well as in Los Angeles Police Department.
And we have another caller online. Proceed, caller. Hello.
Gentlemen of the jury.
I find I know that voice. Go right ahead, caller.
Gentlemen of the jury.
Jay.
What going on, my brother?
Medea. Go right ahead, man.
Well, let me tell you what I've come to realize, sadly, so within the last few years. I've come to realize that we have found it to be very comfortable.
I hear enough feedback in the back of you.
I know. I wonder why. I don't know.
Oh, I think I know where it's coming from, but go ahead. Yeah.
Right. We've found it to be very comfortable to malign and chastise and ridicule without cause, or maybe just for the sake of a political color. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I realized lately is that when people cannot bring any substance to the conversation, the only thing they do is look, and in most cases drum up something that never exists to make the messenger look bad. And my message to Nimrod is, don't stop what you're doing. Because you see, I've been following these conversations, and if you notice, I've been very quiet lately on social media because I spend a lot of time assessing a lot that is happening. And I realize that lately the Minister for National Security has taken absolutely no responsibility for anything that involves him. None. He is the line minister for that same Gravel, Concrete and Emulsion Corporation. He's the minister for works and whatnot. He's also the Minister for National Security. And the Prime Minister cannot convince me, even with all the fancy word salads that he uses, he cannot convince me that he, as Minister for National Security, had no clue or didn't give any authorization for the removal, transport, and dissemination and detonation of those dangerous devices, to the point where he can literally come and throw Gravel, Concrete and Emulsion Corporation under the bus. I suspect he's throwing them under the bus because it's his people that are sitting on the board. He's the line minister, so he that constitute the board. So I suppose you could call your friends and tell your friends, I take the licks on this one for me. But more importantly, what is that doing to the reputation of the company? It is a statutory body. We have to keep that in mind. And governments come and governments, well, party come, party go, but government is continuous. And you're literally putting a stain on that statutory body, that entity. In addition to that, I think it was very selfish. I think it was, for want of a better word, dotish, inconsiderate, for you to take unstable devices and transport them halfway across the country, through the country. Anything could have happened anywhere at any point. You put your security forces in danger, you put the population in danger. And I don't know now. This thing just sounds like a movie. Rehashing it now just it sounds like something you see on Netflix. I sometimes I still can't believe this thing. It sounds like a Netflix series, like I'm watching 24 with Jack Bauer or something. I don't know. Maybe Nimrod might be able to help me on this. And then again, when we look at what is happening in our country now with the excessive use of guns and violence, and clearly the security forces have no hold on what's happening. And from my understanding, that is clear because there seems to be a depletion of the reputable minds of the force. With all due respect to those who are there now, we, and I say we in Grenada, we've lost some diligent minds of the police force within the last year and a half to 2 years. We've lost them. And they ain't there no. They're right there. Some of them just decide, I can't do this no more. And maybe nobody thought the need to say, well, let's see how we can engage them so that they can pass on knowledge, so that, you know, this thing can be continuous. Right now, it's like we're starting from scratch. And we are paying a hefty price. Make no mistake about it. And this is my message to the general public. Make no mistake about it. These young men that you see getting involved in crime and violence and whatnot, these young men are not stupid. They went to secondary schools. They're not stupid. And more often than not, what these young men want is an opportunity. And I keep telling people, stop. And I see a lot of people particularly members of this current administration, doing it. And some of the surrogates. You're talking down to the people in Four Roads, you're talking down to the people in Saigon, you're talking down to the people in Grenada, you're talking down to the people on Carriacou. All that does is fuel the fire more.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are not stupid. As a matter of fact, these guys are more educated than some of the people that sit down in the cabinet. Because these guys know how to wake up in the morning and take $100 and stretch it in phenomenal ways to feed their families and how to juggle it. They know that. There's some people now sitting in the cabinet, if they wake up in the morning and they realize all they have is $100, their life done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
one used to
these
say
guys
you have
are
a few
not
cents
foolish.
left in your account, you know, so.
Well, that was before. Yeah, that was before, and within 3 years, he have what 1 point something million, and he set for life. That's what he said.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm hearing stories.
But let me tell you something.
My brother, though, we
I thought,
are way
I thought,
past 10 o'clock.
I thought I had money in the bank too until I get sick. You know, anytime you see it, watch me. If you think you have money in the bank, pray and ask God to keep your health in check. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's when he go himself. One test. But my brother, we'd have to end it here because we're way past the 10 o'clock hour. And I just want to give Brother Nimrod a little opportunity to speak about some of the excellent work he's been doing in St. George Northeast before we sign off. It's already 10:06. And you know, some of the listeners, they start to go already. So we want to make sure that we get the opportunity to do that. We will be having Brother Nimrod on soon again, though.
Thank you, Sheldon, and thank you for the
next time you come, I come in too.
To come back because
there's no problem. Two all you could come on at the same time.
2 hours is such a short time when you
So,
all right, my brother.
We'll talk soon. Yeah.
Talking about something that you love, but yes, I believe you started to ask me about the work in
St. George Northeast. Yeah.
Sheldon, the work in St. George Northeast has commenced. I am committed as the caretaker, and if I go forward as a candidate for St. George Northeast, I am committed to delivering that seat to the new National Party. So I am putting the work in. We are going around once more, reintroducing, connecting, listening, talking, empathizing with the people of St. George Northeast. You know, I came back in 2020, and you know that seat had some challenges because the person that was there, you know, had moved on, and so there was a void there, and you know, persons were sort of skeptical that you know, here it is, somebody that they was not quite familiar with coming. Is he going to do the same thing? And you know, some thought, well, you know, there was even some talk that, well, he's coming from New York, and you know, he's just here now, and to see what he would get, and to see this, and you know, is he going to be there? There was nothing that I was looking for but to serve the people of St. George Northeast. I retired in 2020. I came back. I gave up my U.S. citizenship, right? It took me 2 years before I could have come back in the United States, because it took me 2 years to go to Barbados to get a visa so that I could enter the United States. I couldn't even come and look for my wife and child within that 2 years because I was not, even though I was a U.S. citizen, I gave it up and I was not eligible to come back. That is the commitment that I made to the people of St. George Northeast. Now, a lot of persons didn't know that, but going into that 2022 election, I couldn't come to the United States because I was not eligible to travel to the United States because I gave up my citizenship. I've remained in Grenada since I retired in 2020, and I'm on the ground listening and engaging with our people and letting them know who Nimrod Olivier is. And all Nimrod Olivier is committed to do is to serve the people of St. George Northeast and Grenada by extension. God, you know, God did bless and God did provide, and now it's my turn to give back, and that is what I'm willing to do. So the work has begun. Well, it never really stopped, but it has begun in earnest. So from here on out, you will see me more and more in the constituency, more and more in the community, reaching out, making myself available. yes, we are in opposition, and so we might not be able to, I might not be able to assist everyone and help them with what, but I am committed to help the vast majority and all those that I can with whatever limited resources that's available. I am here to listen. I'm here to empathize. I'm here to provide guidance, and we do know that St. George Northeast deserves better representation and better leadership, because I believe that, having a MP that's not sitting at the cabinet level meeting, well, as far as we know, right? Because on paper they said he's no longer a minister, but I believe an elected MP that's elected to represent a constituency should have a seat at the table and advocate for its people. And we know not much is taking place in St. George Northeast, and we are imploring our supporters out there to go out there and spread the word, so that come the next election, we will return the seat of St. George Northeast to the New National Party, and that the proper representation and is provided for the people of St. George Northeast, and St. George Northeast will be given their fair share of the pie. So you would see more and more of Brother Nimrod out there.
Brother Nimrod, Olivier, I don't think you could have put it better. And before I end up getting licks from Teacher Erica, and Saturday, the women's arm of St. George Northeast, they are having the breakfast sale by Nick shop. They're having it this Saturday. Right.
Snug corner.
Right. Snug corner by Nick shop, because if I don't say that, I will get lash. Also, Brother Nimrod, I wanted to let the listeners know that tomorrow night will be our final program for the week, and our final program till Carnival Wednesday. I am changing studios again. I'm changing studios again, and due to the fact I'm changing studios again, I would need 1 or 2 days to retrofit and do what I need to do to be able to bring the program to you without having in the middle of the program to cut because the internet giving problems, or this giving problem, that giving problem. So just to let you all know, because I am changing studios as of Thursday, but I need tomorrow we're going to do what we have to do. We're going to do the program tomorrow. On Thursday, I'm changing location on that particular day, and due to that, we will be off until the Wednesday after Carnival. Next week, people into the pre-day and all these different things. I know most of the listeners here, they're not interested in that, but it's the point in time that sort of takes over online and everything. And then the Carnival itself is the following week, so we will be back on Carnival Wednesday. So tomorrow night will be our final program for the week. We will not be able to come on Thursday or on Friday night due to the logistics. We won't be able to come on, but definitely we will be on the Wednesday after Carnival, and we will be on tomorrow night. I just wanted to let folks know that before they sign off. Brother Nimrod.
Before I leave, I beg you for a few moments.
You have to beg. Take your time.
Again, I want to remind our supporters, and even if you don't support the New National Party, come out and get a nice piece of pork, a nice piece of juicy pork, some lambi waters, some chicken, some garlic bread, some potato. Support the bar at our Afterwork line Thursday, July 31st at the New National Party headquarters. The NNP is on the rebound. It's on the rebuilding, and we are doing things to ensure that our supporters are engaged. Also, Sheldon, I want to leave a personal message with all of us that are partaking in the Carnival season. As the caretaker of the New National Party for St. George Northeast, my personal message is: don't drink and drive. Take a ride. Stay alive. Don't risk it. Call a ride. Right? Let each and every one of us has a safe Carnival. You will see me out there. I don't know. I think a couple of my daughters say, "Daddy, I'm coming down for Carnival." So I guess I'll be out there. I guess they're gonna drag me with them, not to party with them. They definitely don't want to party with their daddy, but they're gonna need a ride after.
Somebody had to drop them home.
I guess I'll be sleeping in the vehicle waiting for them, you know. But yeah. So you know, I have a couple of kids that's coming in to visit. So you know, so I'll be out there, and you know, Juve is my thing. Even when I used to do White in the Moonlight, the best part of Carnival for me is Juve. So I you know, I still enjoy it. So you could see your caretaker out there, and yeah, I don't drink alcohol, but we could drink and not.
I'm taking a rest this year, not out. I will not be there.
I will drag you out, man. I will come and pick you up and call you out.
I'm taking a rest this year, and you will not see me in Juve. You will not see me in any of the feds, anything. I rest. I stay home and pray. I'm not going to be out this year.
Well, before I come out, you know, every day I just read my Bible and write my scripture down. So of course, that nothing will change for the Carnival season. I will still read my Bible and then come out in the streets, man.
Of course, Brother Nimrod Oliver, we want to thank you so very much for taking the time to be here with us tonight. Always wonderful interacting with you and speaking on the issues with you. And to all of the callers who called tonight, we want to thank each and every one of you and all of you who took the time to be on with us tonight. Whether you're on We Noise Radio, One Soca Radio, YouTube, Facebook, on our own app, wherever you've been, excuse me, and you took the time to come on with us tonight, we want to thank you. We know there were several other calls, Brother Nimrod, I must say, but we weren't able to take them tonight, but there were several other calls people tried to get through. Probably tomorrow night they'll call. I know you could pick up the phone and respond to whatever they have to say tomorrow night. So we don't have a problem there. Brother Nimrod, thank you so very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me, and good night to all the Talking Points listeners near and far.
And especially in St. George Northeast.
And especially to the lovely people of St. George Northeast.
Indeed, Brother Nimrod. Thank you so very much. All right. Folks, we were speaking there with my good brethren, Nimrod Oliver, and we were having a discussion in relation to mainly security matters, national security matters, and that sort of thing. All right, folks, and that is all the time. Yeah, we way over time tonight. We're 16 minutes past tonight. That's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. Folks, and whatever you say, whatever you do, we want you to do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. We will be on tomorrow night for our final program before the Carnival. And we just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. Love each and every one of you. We are off.
St. George's to St. Andrews, St. Patrick's to St. David's. Chantimel to Mount Craven, L'amour to St. Mark. We're on the road, NMP on the road, NMP guide us. We're on the road, go tell our enemies. NMP on the road, NMP guide us. We on the road, yeah. NMP guide us, be our guidance, make intercession for us. Hey, NMP guide us.